Hi guys, it's Jostpur here. I saw something on RationalWiki website that I considered funny, so I thought I'd make a video of it. This is related to Antarctic continent, few mysterious old maps, and Graham Hancock's ideas. To start, let's have a look at some maps. This map was drawn by Ahmed Muhyiddin Piri Reis in 16th century. And this map was drawn either by Gerardus Mercator in 16th century or maybe possibly by Jodocus Hondius in early 17th century. What is strange and puzzling about these maps is that they appear to be showing the Antarctic continent, even though according to our ordinary history Antarctica wasn't discovered before 19th century. So the presence of Antarctica in these old maps is a mystery that awaits some solution. Charles Hapgood and Graham Hancock have suggested that these maps are based on older source maps, and that those older source maps were created by some ancient civilization that existed during Ice Age, and that is not included in our ordinary history. We can call this civilization the Atlantean civilization. I believe that the hypothesis of some ancient Atlantean civilization that mapped the world is reasonable, and it gives some solution to the mystery of the maps. However, the mainstream science community has labeled this hypothesis pseudoscientific, and mainstream scientists will have nothing to do with it. Subsequently, career skeptics also have their role in this thing, and RationalWiki website aims to explain what's really going on. RationalWiki starts. Graham Hancock is a British pseudoarcheologist and pseudoscientist. RationalWiki then explains, he, Hancock, is amazed by the fact that there exist maps of the world showing bits that hadn't been discovered at the time they were drawn. This is pretty selective approach, since early maps frequently show areas of land that were not actually there, due to mistakes or misidentification. That applies to good cartographers. Some early mapmakers put land in their maps because they suspected, for no good reason, that there might be land there, or possibly for aesthetic purposes, for example to make the empty areas look prettier. In short, it is unwise to draw conclusions about what old maps show in unexplored regions without being very careful. So that's how RationalWiki debunks Hancock. It is true that old maps often contain mistakes and unnecessary pretty artwork, but come on, just look at these maps from Ahmed Muhyiddin Piri Reis and Gerardus Mercator. They obviously contain some representations of the Antarctic continent. Authors of RationalWiki are seemingly seriously claiming that Piri and Mercator knew nothing about Antarctica and merely accidentally drew some representations of it to make their maps more artistic or something like that. I must conclude that this is some of the most ridiculous debunking I have ever seen. It is possible that the authors of RationalWiki actually haven't seen these maps that I'm showing to you here, because there are also other maps around there that are more unclear and confusing. That would be a mistake on their part. If they want to debunk the Hancock's hypothesis, they should have investigated what kind of maps are out there. There is also a map that looks like this, and that is also called the Piri Reis map. This is a confusing map where South America and Antarctica have been somehow mixed into each other. I believe that some idea of Antarctica probably inspired this map, but the end result is confusing. But let's keep in mind that if we are genuine about finding the truth about Hancock's hypothesis, we should focus on the strongest evidence theories, and not deliberately on unclear maps that are the weakest evidence. There is a claim that this Piri Reis map would be showing Antarctic shorelines without the ice. This is a strange claim because if the original source maps were created during Ice Age, you would think that the maps would show more ice and not less. And indeed, the pair of convincing maps by Piri and Mercator do show Antarctica as too large. So I think RationalWiki totally failed in their attempt to debunk the evidence for Atlantean civilization hypothesis. What do you think? If you have some opinion about this, feel free to write in the comment section below.